this evening. First, tragedy strikes at the National Aquatic Center as a 14-year-old student drowns during his swim program. We'll bring you the latest details on this heartbreaking incident. The government is investing nearly $200 million to upgrade roads in Ratsville and Roxanne Burnham Gardens. Learn about the plans for this significant community development project and what residents can expect in the coming months. Then, a 6-year-old child is in serious condition after being shot in the head during a shooting incident in Charlestown. Police are on the hunt for the suspect. We'll have the latest on this developing story. Also, 3 Chinese nationals have been arrested in a major interagency intelligence operation at a city hotel. Stay tuned for more on this significant bust. And finally, Haiti's newly elected Prime Minister Gary Canal and the country's police chief have regained control of the largest hospital from armed gangs. We'll update you on the situation and its impact on the nation's stability. Stay tuned for these stories and more coming up on tonight's broadcast. Welcome to this broadcast of Channel 2's Headline News Update for July 20, 2024. I am Bibi Bacchus. Thank you for joining us. First up, Joel Adams, a 14-year-old student from Dennis Street Sapphire Care Center, tragically drowned at the National Aquatic Center in Liliendal, East Coast Demerara on Tuesday, July 9th. Investigations revealed that Adams and a group of children left the care center at approximately 1:30 p.m. to participate in a swim program at the aquatic center. Caretaker Kemwati Dasrat recounted that around 2:55 p.m., she heard a whistle blow, signaling the children to exit the pool. One of the swim coaches reported seeing Adams performing a backflip into the pool, after which a lifeguard quickly jumped in to rescue him. A nurse on standby pulled Adams from the pool and attended to him. Despite their efforts, he was pronounced dead upon arrival at the Georgetown Public Hospital. The body is currently at the GPHC's mortuary awaiting a post-mortem examination. Moving on. Police are on the hunt for Crab and a gun-toting motorcyclist following the shooting of a minor. A 6-year-old child is in serious condition after being shot in the head during a shooting incident in Charlestown on Tuesday, July 9th. According to a police report, the incident occurred around 7:45 p.m. on Charles Street. Investigations reveal that the child was standing next to his 37-year-old mother, a food vendor, when an unidentified suspect approached on a black motorcycle and fired 4 rounds at a man known as Crab, who was standing nearby. As Crab fled the scene, one of the bullets struck the child, causing him to fall to the ground. The mother quickly transported her son to a city hospital, where he is currently receiving medical treatment. Police recovered 2 9mm spent shells at the scene and are actively searching for both the suspect and Crab. The investigation is ongoing. In other news, the government is set to invest nearly $200 million in upgrading key roads in Ratsville and Roxanne Burnham Gardens, South Georgetown. Engineers from the Ministry of Public Works Special Projects Unit will begin the infrastructure work within the next 10 days. Public Works Minister Bishop One Edgehill announced the project during Tuesday's committee meeting at Roxanne Burnham Gardens. Joined by the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Hugh Todd, Minister Edgehill emphasized the government's commitment to community development, stating that the project is expected to be over 90% complete by September. Edgehill also mentioned plans to create a more aesthetically pleasing vending environment and urge residents to cooperate with contractors. Small contracts will be available for residents to improve drainage systems. Additionally, Minister Edgehill highlighted the transformation of Caneview Avenue in South Rhineville Gardens into a main access road under the Main Access Roads program to accommodate traffic from Heroes Highway. Minister Todd reaffirmed the government's inclusive agenda, emphasizing their commitment to serving all communities and encouraging residents to utilize government programs. Stick around when we return. New law approves 24 hours road surveillance cameras to curb speeding and seatbelt violations. And Ministry of Natural Resources enforces the Local Content Act for oil and gas sector.
Experience more than award-winning speed.
Way more.
Get the best that LTE has to offer on Digicel, officially the fastest mobile network in Guyana. Ookla, the company behind Speedtest, recognizes Digicel as the best mobile network in Guyana. With the best LTE experience and the fastest data speeds, experience it all with
Digicel, the award-winning network for everyone, everywhere.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny?
I want money for borrow for do a surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, Lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lender's, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Hello, my fellow TikToker followers. Here's credit. And today, all we will be making Chinese noodles with peppies, chow mein, chicken fritters, and spice cake. For the noodles, all of these will be using peppies, black pepper, cashew,
Chinese sauce, soy sauce, garlic sauce, paprika, Chinese seasoning, chow mein seasoning, white spice, and all-purpose seasoning.
Next, this chicken that we marinated, soak for all you don't know nothing with peppies, green seasoning, miracle seasoning,
Pepper sauce, chicken seasoning, paprika, garlic powder, dark seasoning, black pepper, onion powder, and ginger powder, and document plantain flour, and then this butter we make with this quick piece powder, and we
boil in high. We serve with peppies, barbecue sauce. Radika went to the supermarket and she proper buy up enough things. She feels she alone can cook, but she routine even wrong. She shaped like a guy in a map.
Peppies has a wide range of ingredients available at supermarkets nationwide. Peppies, we put the pep back into your kitchen.
Furnishing your home or office has never been easier. Here at Kissoon's, our inventory of locally made and imported furniture, offered at amazing prices, will leave you wanting more. From vinyl, floor rugs and carpets, bedroom, dining and living room sets, mattresses, pillows, office desk, chairs and filing cabinets, outdoor benches and tables. We have a piece of furniture for every room imaginable in your home or office. Check out our flagship store at Industrial Site Rijnveld or one of our branches in New Amsterdam, Port Morant, Riverton and Camp Street. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 50 years.
Sneakily with a gift of sight from Modern Optical Services. Let our professional team examine and prescribe what's best for your eyes. Our smiles make fashionable faces. See us for a full line of optical services, including brand name and prescription eyewear. Modern Optical Services, 316 Middle Street, Georgetown, telephone 226-1082.
Welcome back. An interagency intelligence operation led to the arrest of 3 Chinese nationals, 2 males and 1 female at a city hotel on Tuesday, July 9th. The operation resulted in the seizure of 39 million Ghana dollars and 1 unlicensed 9mm pistol with 15 matching rounds of ammunition. Investigations have revealed that the suspects are part of a transnational criminal group involved in gold smuggling and other illegal activities. The authorities have not yet disclosed information on the other illegal activities. Nevertheless, Headline News will bring you the details as they become available. The 3 individuals are currently in police custody, assisting with the ongoing investigation. In other news, the traffic management is set to improve with new changes to the Motor Vehicle and Road Traffic Act approved on Monday. These changes make using 24-hour surveillance cameras on major roads legal to catch drivers who speed or don't wear seatbelts. These cameras, which will be installed on traffic lights, will be operated by the Ghana Police Force. If a driver breaks the law, a photo of the vehicle will be taken. Subsequently, a fine will be issued and sent to the owner's phone and home address, ensuring swift and efficient enforcement of the law. Minister of Home Affairs Robertson Ben emphasized the need for this law due to the high number of road accident deaths, with 175 fatalities in 2023 alone. The new law aims to reduce these accidents by discouraging speed and other violations. The bill was praised by several officials who said it would help enforce traffic laws more effectively. The amendments also received support from other government ministers and opposition member of parliament. Moving on, the Ministry of Natural Resources have issued a stern reminder to contractors, subcontractors, and licensees in the oil and gas sector about their obligations under the Local Content Act. Companies that fail to prioritize hiring and training qualified Guyanese nationals risk losing their local content certification. The Local Content Secretariat stressed the importance of prioritizing Guyanese nationals with relevant qualifications and experience. Contractors, subcontractors, and licensees must ensure that Guyanese nationals employed to support their operations continuously benefit from training and capacity development, the ministry stated. To ensure compliance, the Secretariat announced plans to conduct audits requiring companies to provide evidence of offering Guyanese nationals opportunities for new and vacant positions. Companies must ensure equal benefits for Guyanese and non-Guyanese applicants and address experience gaps through training and mentorship. Failure to comply with the Act's requirements will render companies non-compliant, jeopardizing their local content certificate of compliance and other related approvals. Don't go away after the break. Indonesia intensifies search for dozens buried in landslide, and Grenada calls for volunteers to aid Hurricane Beryl recovery.
Not a single bar of service.
Not with us. Digicel officially has the best mobile coverage in Guyana. Ookla, the company behind Speedtest, recognizes Digicel as the network with the best mobile coverage in Guyana. Be it in Aishalton or in Etteringban, we got you covered.
Digicel, the award-winning network for everyone, everywhere.
Hello, my fellow TikToker followers. He is Credit, and today all we will be making Chinese noodles with peppies, chow mein, chicken fritters, and spice cake. For the noodles, all these will be using peppies, black pepper, cashew,
Chinese sauce, soy sauce, garlic sauce, paprika, Chinese seasoning, chow mein seasoning, white spice, and all-purpose seasoning.
Next, this chicken that we marinated, soak for all you want to know nothing with peppies, green seasoning, miracle seasoning,
Pepper sauce, chicken seasoning, paprika, garlic powder, dark seasoning, black pepper, onion powder, and ginger powder, and document plantain flour, and then this butter we make with this quick piece powder, and we
boil in high. We serve with peppies, barbecue sauce. Radica went to the supermarket and she proper buy up enough things. She feels she alone can cook, but she routine even wrong. She shaped like a guy in a map.
Peppies has a wide range of ingredients available at supermarkets nationwide. Peppies, we put the pep back into your kitchen.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny?
I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, Lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lenders, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Cheaply with a gift of sight from Modern Optical Services. Let our professional team examine and prescribe what's best for your eyes. Our smiles make fashionable faces. See us for a full line of optical services, including brand name and prescription eyewear. Modern Optical Services, 316 Mill Street, Georgetown. Telephone 226-1082.
Furnishing your home or office has never been easier. Here at Kissoon's, our inventory of locally made and imported furniture, offered at amazing prices, will leave you wanting more. From vinyl, floor rugs and carpets, bedroom, dining and living room sets, mattresses, pillows, office desk, chairs and filing cabinets, outdoor benches and tables. We have a piece of furniture for every room imaginable in your home or office. Check out our flagship store at Industrial Site Rijnveld or one of our branches in New Amsterdam, Port Morant, Riverton and Camp Street. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 50 years.
Welcome back. Now we take a look at what's happening in the region and around the world. The government of Grenada has issued an urgent appeal for local and international volunteers to assist in relief efforts following Hurricane Beryl's devastation in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. The hurricane has severely impacted thousands of lives and infrastructure. Local volunteers are urged to register through a provided link, leveraging their familiarity with the terrain and community. International volunteers are also welcome and can register online. The government emphasizes that volunteer support is critical for recovery and rebuilding, expressing gratitude to all willing to help restore and strengthen affected communities. Haiti's newly selected Prime Minister Gary Canal and Haiti's police chief visited the country's largest hospital on Tuesday after authorities said they took control of the medical institution over the weekend from armed gangs. More from France 24.
Surrounding streets resemble a wasteland, and the building's exterior is riddled with bullet holes. This is the state of Haiti's largest public hospital after police liberated it from the control of armed gangs. As the country's newly appointed Prime Minister, Gary Canal, toured the area on Tuesday, the former doctor decried the destruction.
When I was here, 1,500 people used to come to this hospital every single day. And today, it's impossible for them to have access to care. A hospital is not a war zone. Even under the worst circumstances, hospitals are protected.
Gangs took control of the hospital after they launched a series of attacks on Port-au-Prince in late February. Since then, raging gun battles have meant that both the facility and its nearby still under construction replacement have become a no-go zone. Haiti's healthcare system, already struggling before the gang violence, is on the brink of collapse. Several medical facilities and pharmacies across the capital have been looted or destroyed. After launching an operation the night before, Haiti's police chief said his forces had reclaimed the site on Monday. He made the announcement alongside the commander of the UN-backed contingent of Kenyan police that arrived in Haiti 2 weeks ago and that's tasked with helping curb gang violence.
The job is to ensure there's a restoration of peace, and we intend to achieve this.
200 Kenyan troops are now in Haiti, with that figure set to increase to 1,000. They'll later be joined by police from the Bahamas, Bangladesh, Barbados, Benin, Chad and Jamaica, with the force totaling 2,500. Their mission aims to create security conditions conducive to holding democratic elections in February 2026.
Argentina's President Javier Milei and the governors of 28 provinces have signed a pact in a push to broaden support for his economic reform program. The signing took place on Independence Day as the country deals with its worst economic crisis in decades. Al Jazeera's Teresa Bo reports.
Argentina's armed forces on full display on Independence Day. More than 7,000 members of the security forces marched through the streets of Buenos Aires. It's the first time in years, and it's part of far-right President Javier Milei's promise to make Argentina great again.
I am very happy. I like what Milei is doing, the reforms he's carrying out. I believe we're going to be more stable economically, which is what we needed.
The role of the military in Argentina is a divisive issue. Many people here have not forgotten the abuses committed by the military dictatorship in the 1970s and 80s. Milei is hoping to change the public perception of the military, but he's also struggling with a bigger challenge, trying to implement a plan to cut government spending and reduce Argentina's deficit to zero.
These are difficult times for most people in Argentina as President Javier Milei continues to push with his austerity plan that has had a huge impact on people's purchasing power. But Javier Milei insists that there is light at the end of the tunnel, and many people in this country continue to believe him.
Milei desperately needs to show results, as Argentina is battling its worst economic crisis in decades, which has pushed half the population into poverty.
Dr. Javier Milei.
This week, he signed a pact with 18 provincial governors in an effort to push for broader support for his economic reforms.
We announced the beginning of a new order for our country. Building the prosperous and thriving country that we want will take time, and it will also take titanic efforts on the part of everyone. But if we have a clear vision of the direction and unite around a set of non-negotiable principles and objectives, we will arrive to port sooner rather than later.
Not everyone is convinced Milei is on the right path. Jorge Assis says the president is full of contradictions.
The difference between Milei and other right-wing leaders like Trump and Bolsonaro are the things he said about Argentina. He says he hates the state and refers to it as a criminal organization that steals taxes. He says he wants to destroy the state from within. It's a nice speech, but it's not realistic.
Milei says this is the beginning of a new era in Argentina. Many fear what will happen if his economic plan fails. Teresa Bo, Al Jazeera, Buenos Aires.
The Indonesian government has deployed more search and rescue workers to a remote part of the island of Sulawesi after a landslide on Sunday. At least 23 people have been killed. Al Jazeera's Barnaby Lowe reports.
One body bag after another, carried by search and rescue workers from the site of one of Indonesia's worst gold mine accidents in recent years. With the weather clearing up for a few hours on Tuesday, the dead were able to be airlifted, but there was no sight of any survivor.
We still anticipate bad weather, plus it is taking 4 to 5 hours by land to get heavy equipments here. So these are hampering search and rescue operations.
There were nearly 400 personnel involved in search and rescue work by Tuesday, but there was only one backhoe on site. Most of the digging was being done with hand tools despite the scale of the disaster. Torrential rains last weekend triggered a landslide and buried a small-scale gold mine in a remote village on Sulawesi Island. Many of those who managed to escape are in hospital, with harrowing tales of how they survived and watching other miners get buried alive.
Once the landslide stopped, I stopped moving, but I was still conscious. I had difficulty breathing, so I thought for sure I would not survive.
Rickson Bohongo was carried away by the landslide and found himself 50 meters away from his camp.
From one side, there was a landslide, while on the other side, there was a river that was still rushing. So the three of us, one injured at his waist, and two including me with injured legs, trapped since 4 o'clock in the morning, could only give in.
Survivors say it is a miracle they're alive, and they fear it may take another miracle for rescuers to pull anyone else alive from the rubble. Barnaby Lowe, Al Jazeera.
This brings us to the end of our regional and global news coverage. Up next is the 3-day weather forecast. And that's Safe TV2 headline news for this Wednesday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to follow us on Facebook and YouTube. You can tune in tomorrow at 6:30 a.m. for a rebroadcast and at 7 p.m. for more news. Until then, please take care of yourself and each other.